Good morning. So it's a little before 8 o'clock this morning. I'm out here in a mango field. I'll show you, overlooking the Sea of Galilee. Just a minute. So that's the Sea of Galilee. There's Lola and Rexy, and I am in this mango field. I talked to the owner. I talked to the owner of the field yesterday, and he actually told me which field to go to. The mangoes have already been picked. In the Galilee, it's like perfect ground for mangoes. So these trees have already been picked and groomed, and cut down. Um, so whatever fruit is left over, he said that uh, he told me with love you can go and pick whatever you want. He lives in the settlement where I come from, so it's mango season. So at the end of the mango season, for the last few years, I come and I get mango. A lot of times there's so much mango left over that wasn't ready to pick when they did the picking, and it just starts falling off the trees. See, these trees are pretty well picked, and it's also like very late in the season, but they're still, I just got a big bag. Look, here's a mango. See? Let me show you. So I just kind of wanted to share with you also where I'm at because it's just so much fun this morning, and just kind of tell you the story of the last couple of days. This morning I had an argument with my son. It was a long time coming, but after I just took him down to the intersection to get a ride to his work. He's 16, and this has been a long time coming because I'm not going to get into it, and I don't feel like getting into it, but I just feel bad after we argue, but I know that it's for the good. I know that it's been a long time coming, and I like to usually, if there's an argument, then usually right after we kind of settle it and try to let it go, like we say our sorries or whatever, kind of before we leave. But I didn't feel like it, and I really, even though I sent him off to work and like feeling crappy, but I also feel crappy. I didn't want to let him off the hook, because I think that some things that you just need to sit in them, because I don't feel yet like it's resolved in me. Like, okay, so I yelled at him. I really yelled at him. See, I feel really bad, but at the same time, it's for the good. It's for the bigger good. Oh, he just wrote me. I just saw a message come in. He said, Emma, have a good day. I love you. So I had a really good time with my twin the last couple of days after that big downfall that we had. Well, we didn't have a big downfall. I had a big downfall for a couple of days that I really crashed. And then on Friday, I saw him just for a little while in the afternoon. And then I went and saw my friend at the Rob Roy, and he came and slept over, and we had a really fun time. My friend is Moshe. He is really, he has depths to him, and he's very interesting, and he's getting into the world of shamanism and doing shamanic ceremonies, and he always has something interesting to say and an interesting way of looking at things, and something that is really like um, mellow. So like he gets his message across, super intelligent and mellow. He used to be like a media kind of a celebrity, kind of in social media celebrity here in Israel, and I can see why. He has a charisma and he's unique. And so he came and stayed over. He is, I think he's 30. He's quite a bit younger than I am. But he is super intelligent and in depth and thinking person. And so he slept over, and then in the morning we went down to the beach on Saturday, and then on Saturday, and my ex-boyfriend was there with his girlfriend and their families, and another friend of theirs, and we spent the day on the beach for a few hours, and that was really interesting, introducing Moshe to my ex-boyfriend, because my ex-boyfriend is also a really unique person. I kind of saw that the personalities go good together. And then later on, my twin came, and that was also really unique. That was it was really special. And so Saturday we spent the day pretty much together. And then on Sunday morning, my twin's back has been out because it's been such hot days. And then I think he says that because of going in and out of air conditioning, like he was a lot in air conditioning, so his back started acting up. So we went to the hot springs Sunday morning. Today is Tuesday morning. This is Tuesday morning. So we went to the hot springs on Sunday morning, and then we ended up spending the day pretty much together till early afternoon. We went to the hot springs. I took my son to work, and we met at the hot springs, and then we went to the Sea of Galilee to wash off. That's something that we do. See, there's another mango up there. And then we went to the Sea of Galilee to wash off the sulfur water. And then we went to the marketplace. I can't get it, and it feels like it's hard. It's not quite ready, so I'm just going to leave it for either the next person that comes along or the animals. Birds and stuff will come and get the mangoes. Sometimes you're competing with birds and bugs. And then we went to the marketplace, and then we went and got hummus, and then we got home. And then I went home, and I had a really good, productive day for the rest of the day. And there's like a calm over me. Ever since that big lesson that I got in unconditional love, there's been like some kind of calm that has come over me. And so yesterday morning, my son, I took him to the dentist, and we were in Tiberias, and I went and I got him out an identification card, an Israeli identification card. There's another mango over here. I have to find out how to get through here. And so we went and got him an Israeli identification card. And then I went to the beach, and my twin gave me like this face mask for diving. And so I used that. That was really fun. And I got home, and I did a whole bunch of work that I made a big long list, and I did a whole bunch of things that I meant to do. And I got a lot done in just like a really short time. It was like 4 hours of total concentration. And it's really interesting how that goes. How when I'm calm and I get my concentration, I can get so much done. It's like a super being. And I went and painted plates, and I did a whole bunch of things on the computer, and I did updated some graphic work for my daughter, and I canceled some of the subscriptions that that I needed to cancel so that they wouldn't continue charging me, even though I don't use them. And it's just like I got so much done. I love that. So I got so much done. And then at around 5:30, and I got home like after 12. And I talked to the owner of this field, and he told me which field. Like, I talked to him, and he told me where the field was. And I went and I got mango, and I finished baking cookies. See how much I did? Okay, so here's a low-hanging mango. It's not quite ripe, but they do ripen, so I'm going to take it anyway. You know, sometimes you just have to go for the low-hanging fruit. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And then yesterday, so then I'll just finish telling the story of the day. So then at around 5 and a little bit, I called my twin to see how he was doing and how his back was. And he said his back was out. So I offered to come and pick him up and that we go to the hot springs. And so I came over, and we spent a little bit of time at his place, and he showed me the projects that he's working on. He's building a site for solar energy, like natural energy. He is becoming a supplier for. We went together a few weeks ago to Tel Aviv to talk to the importer that does green energy. So he is going to become a supplier of green energy, of all of these different solutions for green energy, including solar power and green batteries and all sorts of. He's building a site for like survival things that you would need for survival, all sorts of really unique things, also like products that he's like technical like that. He likes all these little things that he can figure out that are practical and built well and stuff. So a mechanical kind of, ooh, I'm spotting a big mango over there. It's like 2 rows over. I'm gonna go get it. And so he's technical like that. So he's building a site, and he was showing me how he was doing it, which is really inspiring me to get my own site up. I've been meaning to for years. I just haven't been able to really think about what exactly it is that I want to do in my own site. But I think I'm kind of getting an idea. It's kind of an old idea that I am combining with a new idea, which is my old idea that I had years ago when I first came back to Israel from the States. There's all of these artists that do this amazing artwork. And I was thinking on, from Israel, from around, and I started collecting their numbers because I wanted to build a site that had all of this different art from Israel and different artists and things that they do. And so I have a whole collection of artists already. But then when I was thinking about how to build the website was going to be so expensive and like hairy that I didn't want to do it. But now that I'm looking in Wix on how he's building his own site, I want to check out the possibilities on there, because it looks like that it might be simple to build a Wix site on a platform that already exists, not that expensive, and also to where each artist can have their own upload system where they upload their own pictures and their own text and things like that, and then it just goes through my shop. And that way, I also give a platform for artists to be able to show their work and maybe, find some support in it, and also have a place where they can put their work, even, where if they meet somebody and they can say, hey, you can go online and see what I do, and here's the address. And I think it's kind of like a service also to the artists, but it's also like kind of like a bridge between the artists and the rest of the world, people that want to. And somebody contacted me, just called me out of the blue about, I've been saying that I've been wanting to do a tarucha. It's like to show my art in a gallery. And so somebody contacted me from a gallery that they're going to be having what's it called? Exhibits. And they contacted me to see if I wanted to be part of it. It's 50 artists that are showing one piece, one work. And see, the thing is it costs like 180 shekels to participate, and I'm at the place where I don't like. First of all, I don't. It's the art is the piece is supposed to be about the Sea of Galilee, which I don't really have an idea about right now what I could do, and it's just one piece to put, so it's pretty much just like, it's not like to make money. It's more like to show your work. And right now, to put in 180 shekels just to show my work, like it's a dream kind of. I've always wanted to put my art in a gallery, but on the one hand, there's a whole bunch of hands here. On one hand, I don't have anything ready or an idea, and it's supposed to they collect the work on the 5th of September, which is in another month or less. And so it would have to be ready by then, and I don't have an idea even, and it costs money that, right now I'm kind of like, but we'll see. And another thing, and so last night we had a really good time. And then after the hot springs, of course, we went to the Sea of Galilee, washed everything off. It was really fun. I got home like 11:30 at night, something like that. It was really fun. And it seems like there's much more ease between us. The energy has kind of become soft, without expectation, kind of just allows each of us just to kind of be, which is really nice. And then between me and my twin. And then yesterday also, I contacted an editor for my book, and she sent me a quote. I still didn't get back to her because I didn't have time yet. I didn't I like She sent it to me yesterday after evening. I didn't even look at it yet. I just, yesterday evening I got home and then went to sleep, and this morning I'm busy arguing and picking mangoes. But this, I realize that when you start your day off on the right note, the rest of the day is set. I'm not talking about the argument. I'm talking about being out in nature and allowing myself just to be, to make a video and to just to kind of be. It allows the rest of my day to come into flow. It's not like pressure, 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 pressure. Because when I start the day off on pressure, pressure, it doesn't work for me. The whole day, my whole brain just starts going. And I went and I picked some bark from those. They're called like silk trees. I think they're like Chinese or Japanese tree with those little flowers that look like sparks. I think they're called silk trees. But from what I understand, the bark is used in natural medicine for anxiety, for focus, and so you make tea from the bark and from the flowers. So I went this morning. I know where there's a tree, and I got some of the flowers. The flowers are already in this season. They're on the floor, but I picked up from the floor, from the ground, and I like peeled off a whole bunch of the bark. So I'm going to make myself some tea. And I say, even if it has the placebo effect, it doesn't matter, as long as, yesterday I made some of the tea and it seemed to work really well. So, just to get my concentration. I know that once I find my concentration, then I can keep my concentration. It's a matter of training my brain to concentrate. I think my brain over the last few years, especially with all my traumas, during the divorce, I had like major traumas. I think that during the traumas, I didn't have quiet, and my brain got used to not being able to concentrate. It's also the story that I tell myself over and over and over. So this is really fun. I love picking mangoes. It's like it's like it's like a treasure hunt. It's like a treasure hunt because you look and first you don't see anything, and then you start seeing them. And so anyway, so have a good day. Have a wonderful day. If there's anything else, I'll go ahead and share. I was thinking about this blog and me being able to sort out my words and sort out everything that I'm going through. This is like a godsend to me, really. I feel like it's my God work, but it's also a God sent to me because it's a place for me to get expression. Like with the whole lesson that I went through with the unconditional love yesterday, after I did a video about it and I was talking all about it, probably on more than one video because it was so detrimental. It was such a big lesson. And I talked the other day about how when you're in sync with the universe, everything is in sync. And when you find a place that you're out of sync, all of a sudden you feel like you're being tested because all of a sudden there's all of these places where you're noticing that your old behavior used to take place, and all of a sudden there's an ease to it. There's like a letting go. There's like an ease to it because when you're off balance with the universe, then you're always having to hold that place off balance, because it's not in balance. You have to hold it. But when you realize that it's just an ease, that you were off, and then you correct yourself, there's nothing to hold anymore. You're not afraid of something pushing up against your belief. You're not afraid. You don't have to prove your belief anymore because your belief is just simply in the flow with the universe. And it really was, I was able to kind of, I also feel like it was kind of a gift to my twin because on the way, because from what he told me is how I got the lesson. And so for me to be able to put into words for him the lesson that I got from what he said is kind of like a gift. It's kind of like he gave me the lesson and then I gave him back in words how his lesson works or how it worked for me or what exactly it was that he what he told me and how he showed me that I wasn't in sync. I kind of like it kind of like works in a loop. It's kind of like that mirror effect that we have with our twin flame. It's that mirror effect. Like he gives me the lesson, and then I give him back the mirroring of what exactly the lesson is and how it works and what it did for me. So it's kind of like the two parts of the same thing. It's the giver of, and then the receiver, how it was received. So it's kind of like two parts of the same thing. It's that paradox. It's the whole. It's the mirror effect. It's the black and white. That's exactly what this journey is. And like I feel like he gave me a gift of the lesson, of showing me, of mirroring to me, and then I mirrored back to him how it was received and what the internal work that I did with the lesson that he gave. So there's that yin and yang. And also it was also really interesting because there was no pride in it. There's no pride in it. There was, in his way, there was no like difficulty in giving me the lesson. It was just like smack, here's in your face, which I know that most people, a lot of people are afraid to tell their exact truth because it hurts somebody else. And they want, and inside their ego wants everybody to like them. So you don't want to hurt somebody because then maybe they won't like me. So a lot of times we don't tell our truth because we're afraid of the consequence of somebody not liking us, or that it won't be received. But I asked for it. I asked him where I was out because he said there's places that I don't trust you, and I asked him to tell me, and he told me. And so then it hurt, and I got the reflection. I went into like 2 days into a hole, an emotional hole. And then after 2 days, like I was able to process it without pride. Because if there was pride in it, then I would just be fighting against, and I would be saying, no, that's not right. That's not true. And I'd be fighting, and I'd be saying, no, I was fighting for the truth that is my false, right? The truth that I believed up until now, not truly wanting to fix. And that was one thing that now I had, and I see how it echoes out, because that's something that just now in the conversation with my son, when I was bringing it full circle right around to where we started this conversation, I had, like with my son, with that argument, it was the same thing. I had that exact same thing, and I showed him. I told him, "Listen, you're just fighting against. You're not listening to what I'm saying because you're so set on that you already know. You're not being open-minded. Like, you be open-minded about it. Listen to what I'm saying." Um, but you know what? All I can do is just keep on telling my truth. The person will get the message when they're ready for the message. I know that about myself, and with my children, it's like I'm always for them. So I'm always going to tell them my truth. Um, okay, so I have a phone call. So thank you for watching, and until next time.